keeping you entertained throughout the festive period.
Radio GH.
Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho. Good afternoon and good evening. Welcome one and all to our festive show here on Radio GH for 1 hour of my favourite festive music and tunes and songs, and looking forward to playing you lots of tunes that you might like, some that you can join in with and some that you can sit back and relax to. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and looking forward to the next hour on Radio GH. Here's the Boston Orchestra with Sleigh Ride. Yes, the wonderful Boston Orchestra with one of my favourite arrangements of Sleigh Ride. Great. And I'm sure that you're all starting to join in now, and thanks very much if you've shared or liked the video on Facebook and YouTube. And we are now on radiogh.co.uk. For some reason it didn't want to register, but I think I've managed to fix it and get it working, so hopefully if anyone is on the website you'll also be able to hear us. Hello to Shauna Smith. Shauna says Merry Christmas to everyone from Manitoba in Canada, and she said earlier on the wind was picking up quite a lot and visibility was becoming really hard because of all the snow. Hi to Jennifer Sheehan, says Merry Christmas. Ewan happened to be awake at 3 a.m. Christmas morning here in Australia, so I thought I would look in. Well, Merry Christmas for yourself, Jennifer, and I hope that you have a wonderful Christmas. And I'm on Morton McBurney's big telly, and he has allowed me to come off the naughty step for not making yesterday's Daily Kaylee. Anyway, moving on, I have got a tremendous amount of Christmas tunes that I like listening at this time of year that I get to share them with you for the next hour. So we'll move on and have our next set of tunes, which is a lovely version by Andre Roux of O Holy Night. Lovely playing there from Andre Roux with the Oh Holy Night. And lovely to have you all. Some of you saying it's a bit dreek and damp where you're. Betty Turnant says it's a bit damp down there in Shillingbottom, down in Northumberland. Well, hopefully, some people wish for snow at this time of year, others don't. I'd like to say thank you very much to Norman and Moira. It was great to see both of you today, and Tiger is still amazed with the cake. We've just had a look at it after you left, and we got a wonderful Christmas cake with, I don't know if that's supposed to be me, maybe it is, and Tiger, the cat in the snow there. Thank you very much. It was lovely to see you. And currently, right now, we have got Susan and Simon. They are in the YouTube lounge and they are watching on the TV. But Susan's still doing her worthy job that she's been doing all year. So next up, from the album Christmas Dance Party, it's the one and only Jim Lindsay and his band with a Canadian barn dance or a polka. Lovely to hear Jim Lindsay and his band with a Canadian barn dance or a polka and some well-known tunes that you can all sing along to there. Thank you very much, Iris. Iris has had a wonderful day watching on WAS up in Shetland, and says hi to everyone for a beautiful day in Shetland and a fly past from Santa Claus too. Probably too late to post you an alarm clock, Ewan, but this might do instead. Wee Annie says, just a pity Helen was in the shop yesterday. She went into the shop with this notice and looking very fetching with your festive hat, Annie. And I think she might have written this herself to try and get the broom back herself. It said, I, the undersigned, order that Annie's stolen broomstick be returned to her free and undamaged by noon on the 23rd of December 2021, or further action won't be taken. Well, all I can say is that you'll just have to hope that you're not on the naughty step with me, and then you will maybe get one from Santa Claus, and fingers crossed. Peter Ray says, could you have a request for the family? They are all here now. Libby, Nick, Zach, Brody from Street. And here for them is We Three Kings. Yes, a wee version there of We Three Kings, and I think that's actually John Carmichael that's on lead on that album. Thank you very much to Logan. Logan says that I am an elf on the shelf. Well, we'll give you that one. Right, okay. Now, I have a few other things. Thanks very much for the compliment there, Fred. There's Nount Decent on the telly, so we've put you on. Well, thanks very much. Maybe I might play a track that you like. Now, you're all going to have to listen very carefully to the next song, because it is the 12 folk days of Christmas, and it's sung by the McCalmans. And later on in the show today, we're going to be helping you also make a Christmas fruitcake. So you'll need to get your rolling pins out and your surfaces wiped down. You'll need some eggs, you'll need some dried fruit, some nuts, and other things. We'll tell you about that later. But here's the McCalmans, the 12 folk days of Christmas. Listen carefully.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a worn-out McCalmans LP. On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 botched-up bookings and a worn-out McCalmans LP. On the third day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 aging hippies, 2 botched-up bookings, and a worn-out McCalmans LP. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 4 fumbling fiddlers, 3 aging hippies, 2 botched-up bookings, and a worn-out McCalmans LP. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me Sail I Span. 4 fumbling fiddlers, 3 aging hippies, 2 botched-up bookings, and a worn-out McCalmans LP. On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 6 spinners harmonies, Sail I Span. 4 fumbling fiddlers, 3 aging hippies, 2 botched-up bookings, and a worn-out McCalmans LP. On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 7 drunken nights, 6 spinners harmonies, Sail I Span. 4 fumbling fiddlers, 3 aging hippies, 2 botched-up bookings, and a worn-out McCalmans LP. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 8 Tibetan-nosed flute players who've had an unfortunate cancellation. Any chance of a booking? 7 drunken nights, 6 spinners harmonies, Sail I Span. 4 fumbling fiddlers, 3 aging hippies, 2 botched-up bookings, and a worn-out McCalmans LP. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 9 Corries concerts, Hey, the betting knows the players have had an unfortunate cancellation. Any chance of a booking? 7 drunken nights, 6 spinners, harmonies. Still I stand. 4 fumbling fiddlers, 3 aging hippies, 2 botched-up bookings. At the Warren McCalman's LP. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love said to me, 10 tanked-up hecklers, go it! He's a flower of Scotland! Oh, flower of Scotland! Knows what players have had an unfortunate cancellation. Any chance of a booking? 7 drunken nights, 6 spinners, harmonies. Still I stand. 4 fumbling fiddlers, 3 aging hippies, 2 botched-up bookings, and the Warren McCalman's LP. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 11 lawyers' letters. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 months to go till the next award show. 11 lawyers' letters, 10 tanked-up peddlers. Go it! He's the flower of Scotland! Oh, flower of Scotland. 8 Tibetan notebook players have had an unfortunate cancellation. Any chance of a booking? 7 drunken nights, 6 spinners, harmonies. Still I span. 4 fumbling fiddlers, 3 aging hippies, 2 botched-up bookings, and the Warren, and the Warren, and the Warren McCalman's LP.
Yes, great effort from the McCalmans for the 12 folk days of Christmas. And a worn out McCalman's LP. What more do you want? Norman and Moira has got the speech to text converter. That translation would have been interesting to watch. I didn't see it here. Anyway, it's a cracking one, that. It's the first time I've came across it when I was looking and making up my playlist for today's show. So good one. Featuring some pictures there from Woodburn in Dalkeith and Bonnyrigg, where me, Fred and Robert spent the other night driving about the scheme, taking pictures of all the lovely Christmas lights that everyone's made the effort to do. Next up, we're going to slow the tempo down and have a very lovely version by Kim Robertson from the album Christmas Lullaby off another favourite, The Holly and Ivy.
Merry Christmas from your station,
Radio GH.
Lovely playing from Kim Robertson, and what a lovely sound that harp makes. I'm going to say happy birthday to a few people who are celebrating their birthdays. Joe Nicholson, Brian Davidson says, could you please wish my mum Mary a very happy birthday for Christmas Eve from Brian and Sandra Davidson from Wooler and Bob Herdman in Rothbury. Also, I'd like to say happy birthday to Gavin Piper, who celebrates his birthday tomorrow on Christmas Day, and anyone else that is having a lovely Christmas birthday as well. And there's free virtual mulled wine, non-alcoholic, for you all to have. Help yourself, and the mince pies are just coming out the oven. Now, my Christmas show wouldn't be complete without this classic from our very own Derek Hamilton from the West. And it's one of my favourites that Derek sings for us. It's Winter Wonderland. And from the East to the West studio, Merry Christmas, Derek.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in the winter wonderland. Gone away is a bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in the winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in the winter wonderland. Lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kids knock him down. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Though your nose gets a chillin', the frolic can play the Eskimo way, walking in the winter wonderland. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in the winter wonderland, walking in the winter wonderland, walking in the winter wonderland.
Yes, Derek Hamilton, our very own man from the West. And Tiger sends his apologies. He's as soon as I got up off the chair in the living room, it looks like he's just sat in it and taking my seat. It must be nice and warm. Great to see Dave Bell on, enjoying the music whilst wrapping his Christmas presents. And Merry Christmas to you and all your family. And everyone else, Merry Christmas. I'm sure that you're all going to have a lovely time. Now, I do like a mixture of music. I like orchestral music. I like Scottish music. But this time, I'm going to have the Kevick Choir. I do like listening to some Christmas carols on Christmas Eve. And this is from an album called The Midlothian Christmas. And it came upon the midnight clear. Lovely singing there from the Kivik Choir with It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. Now, a lot of people over the last year have enjoyed listening to the odd piping track or two, so here is the Piping Snowmen with Walking in the Air. Yes, the Piping Snowmen with We Are Walking in the Air. Now, unfortunately, there's always something that happens at Christmas that just puts a wee bit of a dampener on things. There's just been a news reporter came in and updated us with some of the latest news and guidelines, and it's about being safe at this time of year. And it's a high priority notice here from the risk management team at Radio GH. Please be advised that anyone planning to dash through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, going over the fields and laughing all the way, are actually required to now undergo a risk assessment addressing the safety of all open sleighs. The assessment must also consider whether it is appropriate to use only one horse for such a venture, particularly where there may be multiple passengers. Please note that permission must also be obtained in writing from the landowners before their fields may be entered. If you do not, then you could end up with a bit more of a problem. To avoid offending those not participating in the celebrations, we request that laughter is moderate and not loud enough to be considered a noise nuisance, and get an ASBO from the local police, where Chief Inspector Sandy Loyal will be in the area keeping an eye on you all. Benches, stools and orthopaedic chairs are now available for collection by any shepherds that plan or are required to watch their flocks at night. Whilst provision has also been made for the remote monitoring of flocks by CCTV cameras from a central heated hut, and that's a shepherd observation hut. Just so you know, all facility users are reminded that an emergency response plan must be submitted to account for known risks to the flocks. And that says, and the last bit here, yes, finally, in the recent case of the infant found tucked up in a manger without any crib for a bed, social services have been advised and they're on the way. Merry Christmas, Risk Management Team, Radio GH. Well, didn't that sort that out, eh? So, on that note about jingle bells and laughing, here is the Jingle Bells by Newton Grange Silver Band. Yes, Cecil Duncan's got it in the perfect. Elf and safety. Yes, it's elf and safety gone mad, doesn't it? Right, I hope you've all got your mixing bowls out and ready. We're now going to give you from Gay Byrne's Christmas fruitcake recipe, and well, you'll just follow it very carefully, and you shall be able to get this purely for entertainment purposes.
Now, without further ado, I'm going to give you the recipe for this fruitcake, the special Christmas fruitcake recipe, which we've been asked to give you once again. First of all, the ingredients is 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, 4 large eggs, 2 cups of dried fruit, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of brown sugar, 8 ounces of nuts, and the juice of 1 lemon, plus 1 bottle of whiskey. That's very important. So a cup of water, a cup of sugar, 4 large eggs, 2 cups of dried fruit, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of brown sugar, 8 ounces of nuts, the juice of 1 lemon, and 1 bottle of whiskey. And this is what you do with it. You first of all sample the whiskey. That's the first thing you do. You have to do that to start off. Sample the whiskey to check for quality in case there would be anything wrong with it, because you only want the best quality whiskey to go in to this particular cake. The whole cake depends on its flavour for the quality of the whiskey. So check the whiskey straight away. Then you take a large bowl And check the whiskey again, just to make sure in your own mind that the whiskey is all right, and it's not going. It could go off as soon as you take the cork out of the bottle and open the top. It could go off. So check the whiskey again to be sure that it's of the highest quality. The way to do that, by the way, you pour 1 level cup full neat and drink it, and then to be doubly sure, do that again. One level cup and drink it. That's the second cup. Now, you turn on the electric mixer and you beat 1 cup of butter in a large fluffy bowl. Then you add 1 teaspoon of sugar and you beat all that up again. Now, while you do it, make sure the whiskey is still okay. Have another level cup of whiskey. Make sure it's still okay. Cry another cup. And then you turn off the mixer, and then you break 2 eggs and you add them to the bowl and you chuck in the dried fruit. Know yourself, and then mix all that on this turner, and then check the whiskey again before it gets too late. Check. You have to keep on check the whiskey. No. Right, where was it? Yeah, right, now. If the fried fruit gets stuck in the beaters, you pry it loose. Pry it loose with a screwdriver. You see, and the easy way to do it. Don't be worried about it. Then you sample the whiskey again to check for toxicity. It's good. Could be. Now, you sift 2 cups of salt or something. Who cares? Check the whiskey. That's the important thing. Now, you sift the lemon juice and you strain your nuts. Don't forget. And after that, a spoon of sugar or something. Whatever you can find. Sugar in the whole thing, it'd be grand. Then you turn round, if you're able to turn round, and you grease the oven. So don't forget to grease, and turn the cake tin to 250 degrees. Hold steady now. Turn the cake tin to 350. Yeah. Don't forget to beat off the turner, and then you throw the bowl out the window. Check the whiskey again, and go to bed.
Aye, get away to bed. That's from Kay Burns making a cracking Christmas cake. I'm not sure about the part of greasing your oven though. Here's the Munros up next with A Winter's Tale. From the album Scotland at Christmas, A Winter's Tale by the Munros. Avino asking if West Barnes will be on New Year's Day. Unfortunately not. It has had to be cancelled by the bowling club with all the current regulations and rules, sadly. But hopefully, once things get better, we'll have one middle of the summer when things are better. That was a picture as well there. Some pictures from last year's Santa Claus flying our Shetland. And they do that every year, the Coast Guard up there. They fly right over Shetland, round all the different houses, waving to everyone. And it must be so great to watch, certainly for all the children as well. Now, next up, we're going to have a lovely song, one by Doris Day. And again, another lovely one at this time of year as well. It's I'll Be Home for Christmas.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only my
Christmas from your favourite radio station, Radio GH.
Coming to our second last track on today's Christmas Cracker, our Christmas Ceilidh. Just a reminder to all that all the Christmas shows that have been on Radio GH at 4 o'clock over the last week will all be played on Christmas Day and Boxing Day. So when you celebrate with your families, certainly put Radio GH on the website in the background and enjoy all the Christmas festivities, all the different presenters and shows. Here's Celtica with a selection of tunes entitled Christmas Pipes to lead us on to our last tune, which will be by the Glen Craig Scottish Dance Band.
Christmas pipes, calling us home on Christmas night. Call us from far, call us from near, oh play me your Christmas pipes. Christmas bells, over the hills and over the downs, ringing out bright, ringing out clear, oh ring me your Christmas bells. Christmas trees, playing the peace that Christmas brings. Fiddle and bow, gentle and low, oh play me your Christmas strings. Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Saviour's birth. Christmas carols round Christmas night. Holy night, angels on high, round up your Christmas choir. Christmas band, you're waiting for me with your Christmas band. Simple and drum, rattle and drum, march out your Christmas band. Good to be home to your Christmas. Good to be home to your Christmas band. To be home to your Christmas band.
Well, there we have it. Celtica with Christmas Pipes, a lovely rendition. And we sadly come to our last tune on today's Christmas show. I hope that you have all enjoyed the show, and I wish every one of you, your family and your friends, from our house to your home, a very Merry Christmas when the time comes very shortly. Santa Claus is on his way. There is also on the internet a Santa tracker, and you can actually go on and you can follow his sleigh and all his reindeers around the world. And it's just been amazing to know so many people all around the world have tuned in to Radio GH over the last 2 years. And me and Derek and all the presenters here really thank you for all your support and dedication to Radio GH. I do hope that yourself, wee Annie, does get your Christmas wish, and I hope that you get your brand new broom, the D6 2000. I'm sure it will be an absolute great flyer. But until then, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas from myself and Tiger from the East Studio here, and leave you with Nico McLaren and the Glen Craig Scottish Dance Band. Have yourself a lovely Christmas, and we wish you a Merry Christmas. Thanks for listening. Merry Christmas.